Hi folks, happy Friday. Today's target is to be able to describe how the coronavirus moves from person to person and how it infects people once it is transferred. We're going to break this up into two parts. First, I'm going to be talking about how the virus moves from person to person. Then I will be talking about how the virus attacks individuals once it's in them. So, to break it down, these are the questions that I'll be answering in the first part of the video. Let's get into it. Okay, so compared to other big epidemic level viruses, the coronavirus is actually very slow. It has an R0 of around 2.3, meaning for every person that gets it, they're only going to infect about 2.3 more people. So the virus actually doesn't move fast. It moves slowly. Okay. How does it move? The virus basically is transferred in water molecules. Some of the water that you drink eventually becomes water vapor that you exhale. The virus transfers via that water vapor from your mouth to different surfaces. One of the reasons that people have been wearing masks is if they have the coronavirus, the mask will trap a lot of that water vapor, preventing it from spreading to other people. Vice versa, if the coronavirus does get past the mask, or if the person isn't wearing a mask, the coronavirus can get onto surfaces. You can then touch those surfaces, and people tend to touch their faces a lot with their hands. And if you have touched a surface that was, covered in coronavirus, and then you touch your face, you just put the virus very close to your mouth, to your lungs, which is ultimately what it's going to attack, right? So you've made it much more likely that you're going to get the coronavirus. If you personally are wearing a mask, your hand can no longer touch your mouth or nose because a mask is covering it. That's why people have been wearing masks. Okay. If you inhale X number of these molecules, they will attach themselves to the cell membrane of your lungs, where they are fairly resilient and harder to kill, right? When they're outside, the elements, extreme heat, can kill the virus. But once it's inside your body, it's not like we can just take extreme heat and kill it, right? It's in you now. Why does it also, it spreads because there's sort of an informational delay. We don't necessarily know if we have it, right? You and I right now, frankly, we could have the coronavirus and not know it, meaning that we could be inadvertently spreading it to other people without intending to. Okay, so one thing that you may or may not have heard is that the coronavirus can, experience sort of waves. Like there might be a large group of people that get sick one month, and then they won't get sick another month, and then they'll get sick a different month. Why does this happen? Why can the virus go away and then come back later? Simply put, it has to do with how we're quarantining ourselves. Right now, across Minnesota, for the most part, people are living in quarantine. They are social distancing themselves from other people. They're not being in large groups, making it very difficult for the virus to kill. This is not always going to be the case. In fact, many states have already started to reduce their restrictions. Wisconsin recently opened their bars. California has been opening up a bunch of restaurants and things like that. And many other states are following suit. This means that a lot of people are going to be going into these social places where there's going to be less social distancing and a higher risk for those people to get the coronavirus. And many people are going to do it even though there is a higher risk, maybe because they're feeling confident that they can overcome that virus, and also because we're trying to develop herd immunity, right? So as more people get the virus and become immune to the virus, they make it harder for the virus to move from one part of the herd to another part of the herd. They kind of create that firewall that they talked about in the Bozeman science video. Okay, So there's also a possibility that when we start to reduce the restrictions on social distancing, that a lot of people will get sick, meaning that it's going to be a lot easier for the virus to spread. And so within weeks or months after those restrictions are removed, you might see them coming back into place again, because now we have to flatten the curve again, right? We have to stop the virus from spreading because too many people got it, and we need to back off a little bit so that the hospitals don't get overwhelmed. Cool. Okay, second part of the video. How does it actually attack people? What does it look like? How can it kill you? And does it spread fast once it's actually in you? Let's get into it. Okay. The coronavirus has a corona. This is a picture of effectively what the coronavirus looks like. It's not necessarily blue in color, but it has these little appendages, and these are called the corona. It's named that because a sun has a corona. The corona is the kind of the sunbeams that are coming off of the sun, the sort of halo. This is the halo of the virus, right? And so coronavirus, little appendages, okay. When you inhale the coronavirus, it gets into your lungs and it attaches itself to that lung tissue. The little appendages, they attach themselves to the tissue. Once they attach, they start to multiply. So they'll start to create more viruses, and they'll also start to produce a mucus. This mucus is going to cover what are called the alveoli. The alveoli are the ports that take oxygen from the air and send it into your body. They send it through the body in these little things called capillaries or capillaries, these really teeny tiny tubes. So oxygen moves through the ports, the alveoli, into the tubes, and into the bloodstream to circulate through the body. If there is mucus covering these ports, these alveoli, your body can't get the oxygen it needs. One of the ways that hospitals deal with this is they have these special oxygen ventilators. They have some of these special oxygen ventilators that can basically push, just by brute force, push oxygen into your lungs and through the semi-clogged alveoli into the capillaries, into the rest of your body. And it works, right? People can get the oxygen they need, but there aren't very many of these ventilators, so we can't have very many people getting sick at a time. Otherwise, we're going to have to start sharing ventilators, and that's a very difficult ethical decision to make. Okay, there have also been reports of the coronavirus attacking other parts of the body. What scientists suspect is that the coronavirus can, in certain cases, travel through the capillaries into the bloodstream, into the rest of the body. This is very rare and does not happen very often, but it has happened and can happen. Additionally, children cannot be infected and therefore cannot die from the coronavirus. This is because they haven't developed the specific lung tissue that the coronavirus attacks. While you guys are young adults and adults, you fall into the children category here. The coronavirus simply can't attack your lung tissue because it's simply not developed enough. That said, some people are early bloomers, right? There are exceptions to a lot of these rules because some people just develop that tissue faster than others. It is highly improbable any of you will ever get sick from the coronavirus. It is possible that you could still have the coronavirus in you and spread it to others, which is why school was canceled, because you could spread it to each other and then to your family members. So how can it lead to death? Most people have a very healthy immune system. Most people, the coronavirus will not hurt significantly. It may hospitalize them, but they will recover. Why? Because the body has an immune system. An immune system is composed of two groups. There's this autoimmune system that will immediately attack small numbers of virus that get into it. And there's kind of a big immune system, your main immune system, that should the virus get a large quantity of itself into your body, that large part of your immune system is going to start learning how to kill the virus. This takes a little bit of time. It's about a week to 2 weeks, right? But once that virus has once your body has learned how to defeat the virus, it won't forget it. It always will remember that. And that's why you won't ever get the coronavirus multiple times. That said, if you don't have a strong immune system, if you don't have a lot of these white blood cells, maybe you're elderly, maybe you have a genetic thing that causes you to not have a lot of white blood cells. Well, if you don't have enough white blood cells, then you can't kill the coronavirus that's inside your body, meaning it's going to grow and create a lot of mucus without your body being able to do a whole lot of defense against that. And so if that happens and you don't get the medical attention that you need, you can die. Even if you do get the medical attention that you need, if the virus has propagated enough, the ventilators won't be able to send enough oxygen to your body. Additionally, if the virus spreads into other parts of your body, it can cause some damage too. Okay. Fun stuff, I know. It sucks. All right. Is the coronavirus fast? No. The coronavirus is actually pretty slow. Both in terms of how quickly it moves from person to person and how quickly it moves through a person. It takes approximately 1 to 2 weeks for the virus to spread through your body. There have been some exceptions to the rule. There have been some people that have recovered really, really quickly. There have also been people that it has taken many weeks for them to recover. This is again based off of your personal immune system and how good it is at fighting viruses. If it's really, really good, you'll recover very quickly. If it's really, really bad, the recovery period can take a long time. But typically, about 1 to 2 weeks is what people are seeing. The problem is that the symptoms don't always show up right away. The symptoms can show up anywhere in between 2 days into you having the virus and 14, meaning you could be showing symptoms of the virus for as little as a couple of days to a couple of weeks. And that's where the whole, like even people like me, people that can get sick from the virus, I may have the virus right now, but because I'm not showing symptoms of the virus because not enough time has passed, I could inadvertently give it to other people without even knowing that I myself had it because I'm not showing symptoms. And that's where the virus gets really scary. We don't know if we have it. We don't know if other people have it. And in a way, it kind of has weaponized people against each other, and it's made us fearful of each other. And that's really hard. The good news is this virus is going to be over. This virus is not going to go on for years and years and years. We're going to develop a herd immunity eventually, or we're going to develop a vaccine. And based off of rough calculations, I think we're going to be developing a vaccine roughly around the time that we develop a strong herd immunity. So once we have those things, life goes back to normal. Hooray, right? We just have to be patient. We have to wait. And eventually things will get better. Okay. Real quick, my sources were actually people. I talked to some experts in the field. Greg Trahan is a virologist. He works with viruses down at Mayo Clinic. Amy Hempstead, my mom, is a nurse and medical practitioner. She's just very knowledgeable and helped me with a lot of the information about how the virus attacks. Anna Vegan is a professor at Loyola College. She's my aunt, and she's given me a lot of useful information as well, and that's where the information that I presented today came from. If you have more questions about the coronavirus, feel free to ask them. Next week, we'll be doing a reflection on what you've learned on the coronavirus and getting into our climate change unit. But I'm not going to be doing any more teaching on the coronavirus. So if there are questions that I haven't answered, or you're still not sure about, please ask those questions. That's my job as a teacher, is to answer questions. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to buckle up.